Hey loves, welcome back to my channel guys. If you're new here, welcome. It's your girl Dana Elise, and on this channel I like to talk about all things that make you a better person. Before we get started with this video, I do want to apologize in advance if you guys hear any background noises. My family is getting ready to leave, so you may or may not hear them actually, because I think they're almost done. But I still wanted to get this video out for you guys because this is something that I've been wanting to share for such a long time. So as you can see by the title of the video, I'm going to be sharing with you ways to change your reality, change your belief system, your way of thinking, and just unlocking ways to start manifesting more for yourself. And with that being said, number one is be impeccable with your words. And what I mean by this is mean what you say, guys, okay? Because your words are literally so powerful. Words are literally spells, okay? And the energy that we put out into the universe tracks the energy that we are allowing ourselves to receive in return. So when you are talking about people, talk about people in a respectful way, in a way that you would want others to talk about you. If you are constantly complaining about people and belittling people and talking down on people, how do you expect people to respect you and want to be around you? Gossiping is such a bad habit, and it's crazy because a lot of us are in life are accustomed to creating connections through gossip. But you have to realize that if a person is gossiping to you about somebody else, then that most likely means that they will gossip to somebody else about you. And it's just negative energy. That's just the intention that this person has. And this is why it's so important to really think about the things that you are saying as you're having a conversation. And this doesn't even just need to be about people. This can be about your life. If you're constantly complaining about the things in your life and the things that you don't have, and you're constantly complaining and feeling like, I can't do this, I'm broke, I'm this, and saying all of these negative things, then how do you expect yourself to see positive results in your life when in reality, when your words are literally creating your reality? Because I promise you, the moment that you start changing the way that you speak and you start telling yourself that you're confident and you start telling yourself that you can do X, Y, and Z, and you start putting yourself out there and you start telling yourself that you're positive and you're powerful and you're strong, you're gonna start to see positive changes in your life. But through our words, we are manifesting more than we know. And that's why it's so important to have such a positive view about yourself and have such a positive view about life. And I get it, sometimes it can be hard because life challenges us, life holds us back, life puts us in situations that we may not always understand, but it's for a specific reason. It's to learn, it's to grow, it's to become stronger, it's to prove to yourself like no matter what you go through, you're gonna come out of it a better person. But if you continue to speak negatively and you continue to feel like I'm always going through this, I'm always stuck, I'm not lucky, you're gonna keep getting put into these situations because the universe is putting you in so many negative situations in different forms because you haven't learned your lesson yet, because you haven't found because you haven't found a positive way to cope with life and cope with yourself. Really start paying attention to what you're saying about yourself and about life, and I promise you, you're gonna start to see beautiful things because that alone can help you. Because I remember always feeling like people didn't like me, and I would always like express that and talk about how people don't like me, and I noticed that I didn't really have people that I can communicate with. But once I started changing my way of thinking, and I'm like, you know what, like my energy is enough, like my energy is so unique and so beautiful in its own ways, and I'm such a strong communicator. I started talking to different people, and I started realizing that I generally love having conversations with people. I love learning about other people and their cultures and their background, and it really makes me feel happy, and it really brings me purpose in life, just knowing that we all come from different backgrounds and we all have different upbringings, and like it just became so much more enjoyable to have conversations. And now I'm able to go into conversations without being stuck in my head thinking like, oh, this person probably doesn't like me, or oh, like I'm so shy, or oh, I don't want to share this. Like now I am my true authentic self, and I'm not afraid to share things that other people might feel uncomfortable sharing, because I'm so proud of who I am and I love who I am. And it's like the right people are gonna love me for who I am as well. And this leads me to point number two, which is stop making assumptions. Stop making assumptions about people, stop making assumptions about situations, and start living in the moment. Because us as humans, we tend to be so future driven, and we go into things and we already create this whole scenario in our head. Because a lot of us, for example, like we go into relationships or we start talking to a person, let's say like we're just interested in a person and we start talking to them, and we're already creating this whole future fantasy in our lives, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna get married with this person, I'm gonna do this with this person, I'm gonna do that with this person. And don't get me wrong, it's good to have goals, but to start assuming that, you know, this person is gonna marry you and this and that without actually knowing what this other person thinks or how this other person feels, that's assumption. That's assumption. Because now imagine in your head, you're creating this fantasy of this perfect relationship and what a perfect man or woman is supposed to be. But this person has a different upbringing. This person has different culture. This person has different morals. And so this person may not be exactly what you intended them to be. And that's why you got to take people in and take things in lightly and enjoy what it is that you have in the moment and build with what you have, and not necessarily start focusing so much on a future. Because little do you know, you might tell yourself you're going to marry this person. You become so attached to that idea that you're going to marry this person and be in the most happiest relationship. But you may not know how this person may feel. You may not know what tomorrow holds. You may not know if tomorrow this person wakes up and they don't want to be in a relationship anymore. And when you are focused in the moment and you don't create such a fantasy and this futuristic lifestyle, it becomes easier for you to detach from situations and people. And it's still going to be hurtful and still maybe a little hard, but it's just easier for you to let go, because it's like, you know what? This person may not be a part of my life anymore, but that doesn't take away from my light and what I have going on for myself. And you continue to enjoy what it is that you have in the moment. Another thing about assumption is, don't assume that other people's change in behavior or other people's, you know, decisions have anything to do with you. Because when you start assuming, let's say somebody just is having a bad day and you start assuming, well, did I do something wrong? Like, what did I do? Oh my God, da, da, da. This is going to start manifesting feelings of anxiety for you. You're going to start to feel anxious and want to know why this person is acting this way, when in reality, this person could just be having a bad day and it has nothing to do with you. But because you're assuming, you're creating scenarios in your head, you're having anxiety, you're having fears, you're questioning yourself, and you're literally lowering your vibration by doing that. Because feelings of fear and anxiety will lower your vibration, and it will create blockages, keeping you from seeing the truth, keeping you from seeing your full potential or the beautiful things that are happening around you, because now you're so focused on, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? When it's like other people's actions have nothing to do with you. And this leads me to point 3, which is stop taking things so personally. Like, people in life, we tend to take people's actions so personally. We tend to take situations so personally. When things don't work out for us, we tend to start feeling like, oh, well, I don't deserve this, or I don't deserve this person, or this and that. I don't deserve love. And you deserve all the love that this world could bring you. And just because something doesn't work out with somebody, or just because a situation doesn't work in your favor, doesn't mean that you're unworthy. It just means that the universe is redirecting you, and you need to be open to redirection. When I say don't take things personally, just know that the things that people are doing in their life and the decisions that people make and the way that people feel have nothing to do with you. You need to realize that people are constantly projecting. People are constantly, whatever they're putting out there has more to do with them than it does with you. And this reminds me of a situation that I went through in my life where, you know, I had stopped talking to my family and I had decided that I wanted to move. And I was still talking to this one person in my family, my cousin. And I remember just explaining to her what I was going through in my family, how I felt. I do have a couple story times that I may link below, just so you guys know like why I'm not talking to my family, because it's a lot. But yeah, so I had explained to her, you know, like how I was feeling and how I just wanted to like protect my peace and protect my energy or whatever. And so I had moved, and it was Christmas time or something like that, or my birthday, one of them, but she wanted to send me a gift to my new address. And I had told her, hey, I don't feel comfortable sharing my address right now, just because I had just moved away and I just wanted my privacy. I wanted my time to settle down before people knew what I had going on. But I had told her, I was like, I don't want to share my address, but I'm open to going and picking it up. Like, it's okay. And this girl got so offended. She got so upset at me. She blocked me. She was just telling me that it was unfair, da 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 da. And she wasn't trying to understand where it was that I was coming from. Like, my decision to not share my address had nothing to do with her, but she reacted. She got responsive. And I didn't really react to that, because I was like, you know what? she is probably upset and reacting because of something more internally, whether it's that she has insecurities or she feels left out or whatever that case may be. She is projecting something, and that something has nothing to do with me. And so I didn't get upset that she got upset, but it like gave me an understanding of her, because you got to realize when you get defensive over what a person does or a situation, you are literally just being triggered. This person or this situation is literally triggering a part of you that you need to work on, whether it's abandonment issues, whether it's feelings you always feel lonely, or whether, like I said, you always feel left out, or whatever. This person or this situation, the way it works out, may trigger that and may make you feel like, you know, oh, like, why are they leaving me out? Or why don't they want to hang out with me? Or why don't they want to tell me this? And you get upset. Your anger comes with you. And that's why it's so important to manage yourself and your emotions and really focus on what things are triggering you and why and where they stem from. Once you could do that, it becomes easier to understand yourself. It becomes easier for you to understand life, understand perception, and understand that there's always different sides to a story. There's always different perceptions. There's always reasons as to why people do things, and they don't always have to tell you. The universe isn't always going to tell you why you're being put in these situations or why you're going through the same situation over and over and over, because it's your job to figure yourself out. It's your job to learn. It's your job to grow from your experiences. Once you do this, it becomes easier to just live, because you're no longer going to be stressed about what other people have going on or what they're doing, and you're going to just focus on yourself and live for yourself. We're not out here to please other people. We're not out here to make other people like us. We're not out here to be accepted by other people. The only person that you should care about is yourself. The only opinions that you should care about is yourself. Don't let people invalidate you and the things that you want to do with your life or the choices that you want to make. Don't let people put in fear into your plans or your goals or the things that you want to do for yourself, because when people are invalidating you and trying to put fear in you and trying to stop you from doing whatever it is that you want to do, they're just projecting their own insecurities, their own feelings of self-doubt. All right. And these are tests from the universe. Like, are you going to listen to other people, or are you going to get up and do what you want to do? If you want to travel and your family or people around you feel like, oh, you can't because you don't have money. Oh, you can't because do it. Get up and travel, because you only live once in this lifetime. You're only going to live once in this lifetime, in this vessel, with these kinds of people, in this economy. So get up and do it. Make changes for yourself. Start having confidence in yourself. Don't wait for other people to make you feel good about yourself. Know that you're good. Know that you're worthy. Know that you're smart. Know that you're capable of doing things. Once you change this part about yourself, you change your way of thinking, you change the way you handle people, you change the way you handle life. I promise you, you're going to start to see beautiful things start to manifest for you. You're going to start to see infinite amount of money. You're going to start to see opportunity. You're going to start to surround yourself with people who genuinely connect with your soul, with your spirit. And this is going to master your faith. And you're going to get to where it is that you want to get to. I promise you, once I started doing all of these things for myself, I started to feel like the best version of myself. And honestly, I am the best version of myself. Regardless of what my life looks like, I trust the universe. I trust that my biggest blessings are right in front of me. I trust that, yeah, I'm not perfect. There are still things that I have to learn, but that's not going to take away from the success that I'm creating for myself. And I want that for all of you. And that's the reason that I'm making this video. That's the reason that I created this channel, because I want people to hear this. I want people to know these things, because you are so beautiful and unique. And the more you take things personally, the more you attach yourself to people and things, the less you're going to value yourself, the less you're going to see your truest potential. And we all have the potential to become the greatest version of ourselves. I promise you. So I hope that this video has done you good. I hope that you have learned something from this. I hope that this video has motivated you to get up and to just start living for yourself, because I promise you, you deserve the world. Thank you guys again. I love you guys so, so much. And I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.